Hi everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. Um, so we have a very interesting topic which is a lot debated and a lot been spoken about in today's world, especially I think from last 4 or 5 years, and especially it's taken a lot of storm after COVID, which is connected commerce from browsers to buyers in a seamless retail world. And to have a great discussion, I think we have equally poised some great real estate developers and some great brands on the jury, on the panel here, right? To just brief you guys what the topic is going to be about is today's consumer don't think in channels. They expect a fluid, connected experience from screen to store and back again. As this shift accelerates, malls are evolving from being just physical places to becoming key players into the omni-channel ecosystem. This session, how malls and retailers can collaborate to bridge the digital physical divide through integrated strategies. So without much ado, what I can do is our friend from Liberty Shoes, Lokesh, has a flight. He doesn't like Goa much, so he's flying out early. So I've been told to ask a question to him first. So Lokesh, footwear often sees a very complex online to offline journey, right? Uh, to buy a footwear, you actually still want to feel, you want to really know the right size, right match. So what are the kind of omni-channel strategy at Liberty Shoes you guys are exploring or evolving? If you can just throw some light.
First of all, thank you, Rohit, for giving me opportunity to speak first and considering my early departure. Good afternoon, everybody. So your question is very well said and very much conceptual in today's time. So not only Liberty, but most of the brands that they are currently following a mixed approach for offline versus online. Why I said versus, it is now slowly getting to offline and online. So the whole shopping experience is not just limited to a channel particular. Uh, since we have always to think on customer's perspective, customer wants a simple and smooth shopping journey, irrespective of channels, whether that is from online, that is from offline, or any other uh, medium that they want to choose. So how at Liberty Shoes or most of the brands currently, whether I talk of apparels or footwear, uh, they're trying to create omni-channel experience, majorly by three strategies. Uh, Nowadays, everybody must have heard of the word called phygital, which is physical and digital. So products are being placed at the stores. And to give a digital experience, customer, while choosing for a product, reviews, surfs, browses on various apps, makes up mind what they want to buy, what kind of persona they want to have in that, brand, and they want to come and experience at the shopping store, shopping mall, then they are, either opting it to collect it from the store itself, or they can go back and they can get it, home delivered. So this whole process is being created, and that's why I said physical and digital experience. Second is when there is a shared data ecosystem for a particular product, both from the mall side as well as from the brand side, then it becomes very easy for a customer to choose and make decision accordingly. So I'll not say that the whole work is being done. Uh, it will take some more time to get absorbed the whole process by customers also. But till now we have been trying, just to bridge the gap. So as I said, rather than making it physical versus digital, we are trying to make it physical and digital. So that's the whole brand persona.
Great. Great, Lokesh. Coming to you, Akash, you heading business development for Raymond. Uh, Raymond is, I think, one of the strongest retailer in terms of the physical network of stores what you have, right? And given the scenario, how as your group taking on omni channels, and how are you really creating differentiated platforms because largely on high street, and is that something you're doing with high street differently and with malls differently? So if you can throw some light there.
Okay. So I think our TG cuts through anybody who's 25 year and above till about 80, 85 years also. We do right from shoots which would be 35 plus to a very funky brand in parks. So we cater to a wide variety of people, and what it throws us as a challenge would be that how do you integrate different age groups? Certain audiences would not add on technology. Anybody who's 50 plus may not really want to do an omni-channel that way unless his kid or anybody would force him to do that. So it presents Raymond a very unique challenge on how to integrate everybody on one platform. But I think something that the malls have done now, especially Nexus and Inorbit too, they've done omni-channel apps where you really go pick up what you feel like at the store, browse through, or even sitting at home, open an app, order what you feel like from one of your nearest stores. So your physical store becomes like a digital store for you, sitting right at your home. And even if you are of any age group, you can go simply use the mall like an online aggregator, shop, and still make sure that only your physical stores get revenue. I think the other challenge that we were seeing was resolved by the fact that a lot of people are choosing things online, going to a physical store, trying that out, and if they feel like it's a good product for them with the right fit, with the right fabric that they want, they are buying at the malls or the high streets. So we're trying to bridge that gap using whatever existing mall resources are there and some of these interventions.
But is there something specific Raymond is also investing in terms of technology?
So from a technology perspective, we have AI now. It is giving us real-time information as to what things are sold at what places, what age groups are coming and buying what. This is giving a huge consumer insight in terms of our buying behavior. So when we are going and buying our stuff, we really know that this particular catchment, for example, in Kerala, something is sold. So we really know what age groups are coming to our stores and what is the stuff that they're liking and what kind of fabric, because we are more known for fabric than for funky colors. So we are able to cater to each and every person who comes to our store. But then yes, we are slowly building with the kind of 100-year legacy we had. It takes a bit of time to get everybody to technology.
No, great. So great, Akash. I think from shoes to clothing, I think we move on to a very differentiated, and the only lady here, Deepika, Air Maniax. It's the FEC and the entertainment format which you guys are trying to launch in the country. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of intelligence and a lot of learnings you might have globally, whereby you use a lot of digital platform to leverage in-mall engagement. So if you can share with all of us, is there something unique what we'll see for Air Maniacs, and is there something very different you're going to do on digital platform?
So this is a format which is based out of Dubai and Abu Dhabi at this point of time. We are operational there for past 8 years, and now we are looking at establishing it in India and Saudi Arabia further. We are a format which actually cuts the digital time of the children. So the format doesn't have anything which involves screen, which is something that all of us as parents, we want that. Having said that, we are using a lot of digital platforms back there in UAE. In India, we are yet to start to bring in footfall. So we do use a lot of social media, we use a lot of influencers, and we connect with the schools so that we get school day trips. And there is a lot of physical activity that happens in the center. We are about 20,000 carpet with a 5,000 cafe space. We do a lot of birthday parties and play dates in our center. So this brings footfall to the mall, and wherein the parents would actually drop their kids to have physical play in Air Maniacs. They might just sit in our cafe and enjoy and watch their children playing and simultaneously go shopping in the mall. So we are a format which cuts digital time for children, but also adds footfall to the mall.
Okay, great. And then obviously we have Ranjeet from Subway. Ranjeet, Subway obviously is a QSR grade brand, and I think there's lots. Anyways, the product what you Subway sells, it's absolutely quick, right? A lot of people go because it's very quick to grab and note. But did you foresee any challenges when you started doing online deliveries? That's one. My question one is to you that. Second, is there something different now you guys are up to on the online and omni-channel stuff along with the malls? Is there something different you're doing?
I think post-COVID, online, offline, the line itself is a blur, you know, and we have our 918 stores across. 40% of the stores are in mall, and delivery is very much integral part of any of the business, whether it is mall or high street, anywhere. I think mall, yes, initially we had, I mean, if you talk about pre-COVID era, there was always a very difficult situation in terms of delivery. There were a lot of barricade and protocols were supposed to be followed, but mall also has been very helpful post-COVID. I think our business is as good as what we do at high street. Yeah, so they are very supportive in terms of they also created a kind of infra which supports our delivery business growth as well. Yeah.
Okay. I think we had few brand guys missing in the pre-brief, but we had a very interesting pre-brief sessions with all the real estate players. So, Rehan, my question to you is, DLF Malls has a lot of premier customer base. So, what are the omni-channel strategies you are seeing or witnessing has worked well, which are pretty engaging? And what does the role of real-time data or a loyalty integration play at your malls?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I think before we speak about the omni-channel, let me take a step back and speak about there has been an evolution in the last few years, and we're all talking about omni-channel. But omni-channel implementation is still something which is not been deciphered completely, executed completely. And therefore, the unknown always has a lot of fear that comes along with it. So when I speak for the developers, that all developers also at this point of time have major challenges ahead of them in terms of reporting, recording, in terms of the fear that the stores should not turn into a fulfillment center. The deliveries which are going out are adequately covered in the POS systems. But having said that, of course, omni-channel is something which I personally believe is going to hit us even more quickly than we anticipate. It's not going to be a gradual change. It's going to hit us like a bus very quickly. And it's been growing, of course. And DLF per se has been working on a loyalty program for a bit. And of course, on one side, we're also speaking, we're trying to improve upon how we're going to record and report the systems on the omni-channel implementation. But on the front of, in terms of managing the entire integration between the customers which are coming in, customers going out, and in terms of how we are, fulfilling these centers. So I think a robust loyalty program is something that we have just implemented. And I can see Amrit sitting here, and he's been front-ending it, and it's been a long-drawn process for us because we wanted to be very ahead of time, and it should meet our requirements. And we have multiple projects that we're working on. It has to be seamlessly integrated between all our malls as well. And I think we have arrived at, and we have been able to curate what we had in mind. So these are few things that we are working on, and it's kind of showing results. But I still feel that from the other side and the omni-channel implementation point of view, and we've been speaking about it in the pre-sessions as well, that it's still a lot of gray. And I think a lot of improvisation is required from both ends, right? From how you're reporting your data, how you're recording your systems, how you're reporting your processes. And these things, I think, would take a little time to evolve and finally come to a comfort zone where we are able to coexist and nobody stays at a loss. So, yeah, that's one. Thank you.
Right. Sanjeev, you deal with a lot of luxury and high bridge to luxury and high premium brands. So if you can share some your experiences, that how does really that genre differentiate between for a brand experience which is physical versus online. So if you can really help us with your overall experience on that front.
Yeah, I think, first of all, I can't remember the last time I bought anything in a mall. I only shop online. So I'm the worst ambassador for a mall, but since I run it, I find that people are extremely empowered. Today, the customer is so well informed about everything, and digitally he is being plundered with advertising, offers, etc. So he is very well aware on product differentiation when they first started. You know, we've been through this process when we opened malls. The high street wala said, "Arey mall mat kholo, sale ud jayega." Then, you know, came online, and then everybody. So it's a, it's a normal progression. Different avenues of sales are going to come, and as we discussed, Rehan is very hurtful that there are some people who, you know, have all sorts of chindi chor mentality, which will continue. You have 1.5 billion people. Chor to honge, nahi to black economy kaise chalegi? So don't worry about that. Think about what we were consuming before, what we are consuming now. Look at your parents, they bought 2 shirts or 2 trousers in a year. You are buying 5 a month. Look at the exponential rise. Think about how everything will finally come and conform. And then there'll be another avenue. Somebody is going to come up with being a cowboy, and he'll try to figure out ki Modi saab se kaise GST ki chori ki jaye. So these are part and parcel of every trade one has to go to. Moreover, we must understand the customer. He's changing. He's not the same customer he was 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. They used to say, "Are you on Facebook? Now are you on Instagram? Now are you on Reels?" This kind of plundering and commercial, what is the percentage of organized retail? 9% or something?
Yeah, less than 10%, about 10%.
And we are discussing why we don't have A-class malls. Who's going to cater for the 91? Out of 1.5 billion on the population scale, leave 500 million out. Though those 500 million children are buying for them online. So think about what is happening in consumption. But brands are very greedy. What they thought was a post-COVID bumper era, they thought luxury brands. And I tell you, they thought a $100 thing can now be sold for $300. They've got slapped and whacked. People are not stupid. They are empowered. Somebody told me that these luxury brands will go to Japan. I'm going to Japan just now in September. And fantastic, we have outlet malls and all this great. First, let us produce Japanese people. We are producing Indian people. You have to have a Japanese mentality to produce Gotembas of the world. Sorry. First, evolve us. We are Indians. We will behave like Indians. We will go, we will get a chana bhatura with a pizza, with a hot dog and a hamburger on the same table. That is us. If the food fails in the mall will fail. So we have to look at it in totality. Today what is happening is, because the customer is so empowered, when he comes to a luxury store, you know, A-class malls, somebody said, we must have. What about A-class people to service those brands in A-class malls? Our touch points are weak. I've been harping on this for last 20 years. We don't have enough quality people to sell. When a lady enters, why do you want to hire a person who works in a Gucci and a Louis Vuitton? Have you ever entered? When my wife enters, she walks out with a bloody purse here. It's plundering to my wallet. But the guy or the girl knows how to service their clients. When they come in empowered, they said, "Oh ma'am, you look so good, ye wo natak natanki, 1.5 lakh rupees ka bag laga diya," is out of there. When she buys next time, she knows that that person came and addressed it, she went out. We don't have the best contoured women in the world, we know. We don't have Japanese contoured women. But when you go out with that bag of Dior and everyone, all your friends are saying, you have achieved your objective. She is going to go back. Empowering them with information is actually harnessing the digital trade. Use it very wisely. It can slap you in the face. Discounting is for luxury. And we are watching now brands who don't discount are doing phenomenally well. Full price retail is the way to go. The guy who starts discounting, he's discounting his service, his ethos, his objective, all of it. But it's a reality because you have to get dead stock because the guy who's doing your merchandising completely screwed you over. Of course, he's moved to another brand and he'll screw that one as well. Thank you.
Okay. No, well said, Sanjeev. Coming back to Sameer, Lulu has been a strong offline destination, I think, as a brand across Middle East, and now you're entering India and obviously have strong foothold in India and already growing. So is there something you guys do to influence your footfall? Do you do something real-time campaigns which gives you results, which are online? How do you really integrate with the brands in your mall? And how do you ensure you're doing something online? So if you can just throw some light.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So, as you said, we are a very strong presence on the offline. That's right, that's true, because we also run retail, which we predominantly we say that it has to happen. It's an experiential retail, for which you need to come to the mall, to the store, and to experience it, and then get engaged with us. So, yeah, today, the role of the mall, the onus on the mall is not only to get footfalls. I believe today it has been enhanced in a way that the malls have to get very relevant footfalls. And that's what we all are searching every day, right? We are searching where our target customers are. We are searching where these people are whom we can get them, we can incentivize them, get them on board, get them to engage with us, to do business with us. So, good technology has come in a way where it has been very useful, and we need to keep on using. How Lulu does it is, we launched a program of the Lulu Happiness, which is a loyalty program, which is today around 2.6 million users we have all across. And that is our backbone. That's very robust. It's our backbone, which has been. And we get a lot of data from there. Now, we engage with our customers as we get all the sales and everything of where the customer is spending, what is the customer, where the profile of the customer, where they are which brands they are spending on or frequenting, basically, I would say, and does transaction with them. So when we get this data, it's helpful for us, and which helps us to do targeted campaigns. We go back to these customers when we are doing our category promotions, when we are doing a festival, when we are doing something when we go through our monthly reviews, and then we see, okay, this is one category which we need to push, or it's a lean season that's coming. Let's gear up and let's target this particular category so we can raise the trading density of this particular category. So we use all this data which is coming scientifically of our own customers which we have, right? And for this, I don't need to go outside. I have it over all the data with me. I use this data, and then we target those customers, and we get them back. We try to get them back. Apart from this, there's a lot of things that we have done in some of our malls, that we do a lot of gamification. That's as if of today, where you do gamification with certain things, because there's something called the call to action. We need something to be created so that we reach to the people, and so that there's accountability, we can measure it. And we measure it whether what the initiative that we have done, has it gone the right way, in the right direction, and what was the ROI out of that? What could we get for the brands? How did has been an increase in the business for the brands? So that's what we keep on doing, and we use the technology quite in all our programs every month, so that we be accurate, we stay on the data, and we get people coming back. Now, apart from that, there's also data that can be used, or technology can be used, which to acquire people which were not your customers until now. So there's another set of things that we do for that. And sometimes we also we collaborate with brands as well. We collaborate with brands so that they have their own data, and that's how the collaboration goes hand in hand, where they invite, and then we collaborate with those customers, and we tell them, okay, this is what let's do a certain activity in a certain restaurant or a bar, where you have a fashion brand, you have the restaurant brand, and then you have the mall. So it's like three brands coming together, and maybe some of those customers had never come to our mall. They were frequenting some other high streets or some other mall. But today, what we did, we gave them we created an opportunity where these customers came and they experienced us. So once they experience us, might be a part of it, I would say a percentage of it would come back again. So this is slow and steady. We keep on acquiring our customers, and for this, you need technology at the end of it. So that's how we do, and to move on.
Sure. Yeah, Rehan, please go ahead.
I'll just like to add to what Sameer has just mentioned. So there are agencies now, data is flowing everywhere and there's a lot of data to crunch. And now there are agencies which are doing AI-based research, like a hygiene check for any mall. For example, if you have an existing mall and you have an existing database of your customers and you know this is your catchment area. So you can appoint the agency and the agency will do a hygiene check for you in terms of understanding how many people in your catchment area are now coming to the mall. What is their behavioral pattern currently and what trend is it showing? And it's kind of scary if you look at the data, if you see, and where are the people going, what are they spending, what is the wallet size now, what is the wallet division at this point of time, how is it trending and how it has changed over a period of time, and how many customers have you lost and how many customers have you gained. With the heat mapping and the trail that we are leaving with our smartphones, the online transactions that we're doing, the credit cards that we are swiping, all these data, and plus of course there is a full data dump from the telecom. These data can be crunched. So every individual has a unique code which can be cracked through the algorithms, and it will give you a full hygiene check in terms of this is the catchment, these are the kind of population who you have lost or you have gained. Now when you look at the demography of the breakup of the customers that you've lost probably or you've gained over a period of time, you can accordingly then concentrate on how you want to win them back. First of all, you have to understand that you lost something or you want to gain something. So once you establish the problem statement, then accordingly you can design your program in terms of maybe your mix needs to improve a little bit. Maybe you're losing out on a certain set of audience which is now millennials, and a certain set of brands which are now more appealing to the millennials or the Gen Z. You are probably missing out on those brands. So it starts very basic in terms of understanding what is your requirement of the catchment that you're catering, who you're losing, and how you're aligning yourself in terms of your marketing, in terms of your geo-targeting, in terms of what is the need, what you're offering on the table, and how do you then optimize the sales for each of the brands who you're probably missing out on.
Correct. I think what you think is bang on, that one is the technology, how we utilizing and doing its stuff in terms of digital identifying the customer flow. But there's also a very, very sensitive topic on data sharing with mall developers and brands. So I'll come back to that. But before that, there was a very interesting thing with Surjit we were discussing before. Your mall has seen the reverse. You've got a lot of D2C brands. So digital first brands have come into your malls in large numbers. So is there something very different you're seeing what D2C brands are doing with malls versus the legacy brands? And if you can throw some light and make us all...
See, we've been last so many years, we've been talking about phygital, omni-channel and everything. But none of the actually, when we see from our side, we were not giving them that common ground where this can actually see this thing. And we've created that platform which is giving the online retailers an experience about the offline market so that they get that thing. So we've also seen a good amount of offline retailers which were there initially, which were really struggling, or which were even, online retailers who were thinking to come into the offline market. They took this opportunity and they've been really doing very well numbers. And it's actually more about collaboration and exactly what we were saying about data. Till the time that ethical commitment of usage of data is not agreed between both the parties, you have n number of data which is available, but till the time that both the parties agree that the ethical usage is going to be, then it is a point to share the data.
So are these D2C brands comfortable to share their customer data? Because I believe legacy brands are not.
See, legacy brands are still holding many things and it is getting a lot of challenges.
Okay.
Whereas the D2C brands are very flexible in terms of data sharing, in terms of profile sharing, everything. And that's where the collaboration happens, with the mall. Yes, it is. I'm not, in the morning also we had a session. With everybody saying, nahi de, and then they expect everything other. from the mall developers, they're expecting you tell us male, how many, female, how many. But when I ask you how many shirts did you sell, how many t-shirts, sorry boss, I can't share that data. I have this problem. So then then there is no collaboration.
The one thing I want to say is this data. If top line is going well, nobody cares. Not the brand, not the mall. Everybody is happy. They all want to go back to their wives, have their dinner, go to sleep. The problem comes when it's not doing well. Then you are finding avenues how to squeeze each other. Then you start throwing rubbish on each other, doing dry cleaning non-stop. I think it's very important to understand. Good question. D2C brands coming into the mall. Why do they want to come to the mall if they were doing so well on the digital space? Because you realize that retail has a physical need. Whatever you do, how much ever digital you do, somewhere down the line, some guy is going to produce a bad product and there goes your reputation. So, to make sure you have... Now, you take an example of air conditioner, fridge, etc. It's the best deals are where? Online. You ask, however good you're online, you want to go and see. Your wife will see refrigerator khol ke ki kitna jagah hai. You will see kitna baraf banega mera whiskey ke liye. I mean, see, eventually this is a natural. I think it's very important to concentrate to make sure that the brands are getting the sales. 10% of the brands in all malls are going to do shit. Let us be clear, we want them to do shit, chuck them out, bring new brands, keep the mall fresh. That is a very important part of the normal cycle of malls. That's how retail works. You don't know what your brands your father wore. Your children will never see the brands you wear. So why are we discussing all that? Let us discuss on making that happen and also the digital experience. You see, Subway. So we are revamping our mall. I started this process 5 years ago and I'm already thinking of not Quest 2.0, I am now thinking Quest 3.0, 5 years down the line, how I'm going to be revamping it. You can imagine the kind of pressure we are on that these brands in 5 years are going to be obsolete. We are planning now, we've just opened to them. We have just done the food court. Subway, sadly, is not there. For the first time, I've put beer in my food court. Please come and enjoy. It's the only food court which has beer. I have put a DJ box. It's the first time we have put a DJ box. We're going to rock the world. And we have put the Geo, the app. So now it's no more what called food court. It'll be a restaurant court. Because Indians are lazy predominantly, they want everything served. So we use technology, made that digital experience. So I'm no genius, so I've copied it from Thailand as far as the beer and the DJ was concerned. Copied it from Jio because of the thing. But we are giving that experience now. And to have all the brands like, Burger King, KFC to log on, I think it's very important to concentrate on all of this. Everything else sorts itself out.
Great. Akash, you have something to say on this? Data with legacy versus D2C?
I think data is very sacred, data is life, and you don't really give your life without a valid reason, right? The idea is that malls also should bring up ideas where, the brands can feel like collaborating very well with them. And I don't think any brand would be averse to getting data, and if malls and brands can come together on one platform, decide that this is how we are going to treat data, because it is neither my data nor your data. It is the consumer's data. So we have to be very, very responsible about how we treat data. Unlike, if you go on an Instagram and put up a request on buying a flat from Godrej and suddenly your feed gets flooded with that and 100 people call you, consumers do not want to be treated like that. So we have to be very responsible as to who is treating the data and how, and tell consumers that we are going to add value to you. Take their permission and then do it. Yeah. So we have to be responsible about it.
Correct. Great. I think we are running short on time, but what I'll do is I'll just want to ask one last question, like a quick fire with everyone. There's also a very crazy word called influencer marketing on digital. So what do you think? Is it real, unreal? Does it work, not work? Short. We can start from here.
Listen, these are important people. They are important for the short term. Long term, they will go to 10 brands. They're going to completely screw up your system. But they are important. Utilize them. Somebody said AI, right? Rehan, you said AI? Now you have companies who will photograph you, find your bag, tag you, and run that as an influencer. The guy doesn't even know, or she doesn't know, कि उसकी तो
So that
चल
means
पड़ी है.
influencer is also going to go out.
Yeah. See, eventually you can't bullshit all the people all the time.
Ranjeet, what do you think? Do you have
I think
influencer for Subway or it sells like
we
that?
recently launched a store in a city like Patna, and we are not even expecting the kind of volume it will generate. And it has done a kind of, a sale through influencer. It has done miracle for us, for sure. But influencer is a very much integral part of any of the company marketing campaign. It is not, you exclude them. So yeah, I agree with this.
Patna got bread for the first time.
Deepika?
Well, I think they really matter at this point of time. They are very relevant because, especially for our format, when we are dealing with children, they look at their superheroes very seriously. So yes, they play an important impact.
Okay, great. Akash?
I think influencer is somebody that we really resonate with. They are extended part of your life. A life that you probably want to live is something that an influencer offers you. So they share the right value, the humility that you have, the perseverance, and that latent desire to be somebody. And hence, when you want to be somebody, that brings in aspiration. When you talk about aspiration, these people become super relevant, but you have to use your own brain to understand where you are and where you want to be. And choose between, what is viral and what is relevant to you.
Yeah, viral versus relevant. Yeah, well said. Sameer?
So, influencers in marketing. I would say what happens is today, more than influencers, it's today what sells in marketing today is what is your content. Influencers can be anyone, but what are you trying to project? What story do you want to sell in the market? What's the product? The content has to be more stronger. And today, if you roll out your content which is strong, which is genuine, which is something different, I'm sure it's going to stand out. So we have, over the period of time, what we have done is we are using, we do business with influencers, we do engage them, but what we do is that we use them more as a broadcasters and ensure that the content remains very strong. Because if you have a right content, it's going to hit with the target audience and you're going to get them to your store, to your mall. And so that's very important. I think so we have to go in that direction and use it. That's what we're doing.
Okay. Rehan?
ये मतलब अब see influencer एक phase आया बहुत तेज ठीक है everyone was getting into influencer marketing भी ऑटो वाला भी influencer है आज की डेट में लेकिन ठीक है he's got his own content everyone is blogging there's too much of content like how it happened with the OTT पहले Netflix था खाली दो एक और आ गए अब इतने सारे हैं पता ही नहीं है कहाँ content follow करना है तो everyone getting confused also in terms of who to follow not to follow suddenly you are following some 2000 accounts उतना feed भी नहीं दिख पाओगे यार उसमें ठीक है तो क्या होगा कि it saw its peak but I don't think when we speak to brands we also encourage them that 70% of your marketing budget should be going online should be going into social should be going into and I agree with Sami that the content also plays a big role in terms of how you're reaching out to people and influencer marketing is real but अब बहुत grey बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया है क्या हो गया कि पता नहीं चल रहा है कि कौन सही है कौन सा गलत है and too much of content so I would say that in times to come what I personally feel I think that it's going to shrink we'll have probably something else which will evolve which will become much better and then it will take over so it's seen its peak is what I feel right now.
Okay, great. What's real, what's not real, and it's going to get shrink. That's what Rehan says. Surjit, what do you think?
It's a 50-50, I would say, and exactly what everybody has said. If the content is good, it really works very well. If the content is not good, you can have thousands of influencers, and you can ask them to make stories or make X, Y, Z. It will not work. So main thing is the content, which has to be the thing.
Great. Guys, I think thank you very much. Do we have opportunity for a question? No. Okay. It was very quick to respond. No. So any questions anybody have from the panelists, please feel to catch hold of them over a cup of tea. Thank you very much, guys. Lovely talking to all of you. Thank you.